everyone, and I am back with another video. I'm very excited to be announcing that we finally have our food cart that I've been waiting for freaking forever, 9 months to be exact. It's been a heck of a ride, a lot of no's on the way, but I wanted to talk about my food cart because I know some people are interested of how is it that I got it. It is the first food cart in the nation that has been approved to sell basket tacos, or in Spanish as we call them, tacos de canasta. It has never ever in a lifetime been done, at least not here in the United States, the way that they have built it. Thank God to the architect that I did hire. He was able to get the measures exactly as, you know, the city or the county, how they wanted it, what kind of equipment is it that they needed and the cart needed, and able to operate and for it to be approved. 9 months it took me. I remember when I first, in the beginning when I first started the business, that was my goal. Like, hey, you know, I want to sell basket tacos, but I didn't want to be, you know, selling them how I've been selling them, which is just putting myself in the corner, in a specific corner, or just in a land where I just kind of put my tent in there and I just start, you know, we put them in a basket, or la caja blanca como nosotros lo llamamos en español, to heat up the tacos and just start selling them. Obviously, for many reasons, that's not legal to do. Enable for me to get started, I had to do it that way, enable to build capital, so then I can buy my food cart. I remember so well when I first called the San Bernardino County, like, hey, you know, I want a food cart specifically to sell this type of food. They told me that I first had to get an architect that will be able to build my food cart. County of San Bernardino then had to approve it. You know, if they didn't approve it, they have to make an adjustments and then submit it again to the county that I was part of, and then submit it eventually until, you know, I got it approved. When I first heard all that, like, se me hizo como todo extraño. When I heard that, I was like, this is all alienish for me. I have no idea what the lady was talking about. She was trying to guide me. So I just kind of let it go. I was like, this is too complicated. I had no idea what she was talking about, so I just kind of let it go, and I kept selling how I've been selling. But then what made me really go after in making my food cart was that one day after the pandemic, this was in 2020, I have heard that, and it was happening in the city of San Bernardino, estaba bien fuerte, that estaban quitando las personas ambulantes, which what we were doing, people selling under the tent. The city was taking them out, was giving them tickets because they no longer wanted people to sell, you know, street food. Prior to that, obviously the pandemic came, 2019, beginning of 2020. The city or the county were not really harsh with those policies or with those rules or with that law, so they kind of let it go, and there was like a bunch of freaking food carts popping in and out. And it came to the point where a lot of people will even come from LA, from Orange County, from Riverside to sell in the city of San Bernardino, Fontana, Bloomington. I heard one of the ladies that actually took care of kind of like inform other people, other ambulantes like I was, like, hey, you know, just kind of to give them a heads up. She was kind of like the connector. Thanks to her, I got my food cart. She was kind of like the informer, la encargada de que ella nos avisaba a nosotros, like, hey, you know, in this spot agarraron a alguna gente, le dieron ticket, y siempre nos informaba, like, hey, you know, please don't go this way, they're giving tickets, you know. So whenever she'll say something like that, obviously we'll go to some other places. And she gave out the notice that, hey, you know, I just came back from a meeting from this county, and they told me that they're going to be starting this day, I think it was October 2020. Starting October 2020, they're going to start giving a lot of tickets because they no longer want people to be selling on the street. In my mind, I was like, fuck. Why? Because I already had employees by then. I started in 2019. It was October 2020. I had like a good 10 employees. I had a bunch of employees, mostly obviously my family, other employees. In my mind, I was like, I can't let this business fall down, because if the County of San Bernardino, they're telling everyone to leave, to no longer, you know, to be selling, like, what am I gonna do? Like, what I was thinking is, like, I'm no longer responsible for myself. Like, now I'm responsible for other people's income, which was my parents, my sisters, which we were all working full-time. We're the owner of La Canasta de Tacos. But not only that, but other people as well, and they have kids, and they have other people that they have to take care of. They have a mortgage, whatever it was. I thought to myself, like, you know what? I don't care what it takes. I am going to do my cart. I had no idea what I was doing, and to this day, I have no idea what I'm doing most of the time. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go online. I'm gonna read the article. I gotta start somewhere. I went to Google Google, I searched like street vendors, County of San Bernardino. I asked for the lady that, you know, that always gave us the heads up. I asked for her help. Thanks to her, me, my sister and her, they went to the County of San Bernardino, the health department, and let them know we sell this type of food. How is it that we could do it to sell it? Because we're on your side. That's what my sister told the county. Like, we're on your side. Like, we want to do everything right. We just don't want to, you know, obviously they didn't know that we were selling already outside, but like, we want to do it the right way. Whatever it takes, the fees, the money, I don't care. Just show me the way how to get a food cart. You know, the lady, she was not very nice, but she showed us the way. Like, hey, you know, first get this person, have an architect design a cart for you, and then do this other step. I forgot, it's so many steps, but first start here. And that's what I did. I hired an architect. He was able to do the cart from zero. He got the right measurements. He knew exactly who to talk to, and he knew the connections. Like, he knew the County of San Bernardino very well. Like, I don't care what the price is, I'm gonna pay the architect whatever he asks for, because I know that I'm paying for his services, for him to design my cart, but I'm also paying for his connections that he has. The first time that he submitted the paperwork for the cart, it got declined. I forgot what the reason was, but it got declined. And then that was like maybe like 4 months after he had submitted it. And then, you know, he made some adjustments and he submitted it again 2 months later. We didn't hear anything. I think it was like 4 months later, something like that. It finally got approved. I was so happy because it's the first one, like I said, that it had ever been approved. I had to get other things as well and able to operate the cart. And 2 months later, I got my cart. Honestly, I think it was my persistence, because the first time that they said no, if I would have stopped and they would have been like, nope, we cannot do that. If I would have stopped and I would have been like, okay, then, you know, I guess I'm gonna have to buy a food truck, the big one, which is way more money than my cart. Those could run up to like $70,000. But anyways, if I would have just stopped at the first no, I would have been stuck with creating a food truck, and which is more money. But instead, I kept pushing, and I read the manual again, like, you know, the manual that the San Bernardino County, they have provided me. And I read it, and then I was reading it, and I think I read it like 3 times. And there was a section, which I don't remember, but there was a section that I was like, you know what, this is it. I know I can, if I just tell them that this is, you know, what I do, which is similar to what they're asking for, like, I'm pretty sure that I can be able to have them approve it. And that's what happened. That's how they got it approved, because they knew that I knew what I was doing. And it was just literally just reading the manual over and over and over again, and they got it approved. 9 months later, after I started the process, I got my food cart. I have it with me right now. We have it in the commissary. Yeah, that was my journey. I was very excited. Honestly, when I got the food cart handed to me, it was very unrealistic, just because this is the moment that I was waiting for the longest. Something that has never been approved in the whole nation, never seen before. And now that I do have my food cart, a lot of people ask me, you know, especially business owners, like, hey, you know, how did you get it? Where can I get one? Like, how did you do it? I do get a lot of questions like that, especially because you don't see these type of food carts a lot, or even ever, especially the type of food that I do, which is tacos de canasta. One thing for sure, is really expensive. Not as expensive as a food cart, but it is quite expensive to do all these regulations, businesses, licenses, everything that we need. Like, honestly, it's just so much. That's why a lot of people stop in the beginning, because they feel so overwhelmed with whoever they're talking to, that they're trying to guide them. They feel so overwhelmed, because that's how I felt. Like, when someone told me that you have to do this, this, and that, step 1, 2, 3, it was just way too much, because the language, like, it's just so many words that I didn't understand. Like the commissary, like, what the heck is a commissary? Obviously now I know what's a commissary. And I just knew that moment, that when the lady told me, like, they're gonna start getting rid of all the street vendors, like, I knew at that moment that I had to do something. Like, there was no way I was going to let my business fail, because it no longer was about me. It was now about my family and my employees and my employees' families. Like, it was just a chain. Like, honestly, there's like a sense of responsibility that I have. They're cutting the grass. There's a sense of responsibility that I have, which I think made me actually push through with everything that I had to, you know, get through. I know my hair is not that great. Anyways, please take care of yourself because I know it's pretty hot out there. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye!